The rain-slick streets of Willow Creek, Iowa, gleamed under the harsh glow of streetlights as I stumbled out of the bar, my heart pounding like a war drum. "Freak!" Officer Brooklyn Hayes snarled, her flashlight beam piercing the night, pinning me against the wall like a criminal. In that moment, with her uniform badge glinting and her eyes full of contempt, I realized this small-town cop had no idea she was bullying the mayor's daughter. Me, Audrey Thompson, the girl who'd spent years hiding my truth in the shadows of cornfields and conservative whispers. I wiped the rain from my face, tasting the salt of tears mixed with the downpour. Brooklyn's voice cut through the storm like a knife. "This town's got no room for your kind, Audrey. Go home before I make you." Her words stung deeper than the cold, because Willow Creek wasn't just any place. It was my prison and my home. A speck on the map where everyone knew your name but not your soul. I'd grown up here, daughter of Mayor Elias Thompson, the man who'd built his career on family values and church picnics. Coming out as gay at 25 felt like lighting a match in a powder keg, but I'd done it quietly, confiding only in a few friends at the local LGBTQ support group. That night at O'Malley's bar, I'd been celebrating a small victory, a date with a girl from the next town over, when Brooklyn burst in, her patrol car siren wailing like a banshee. She'd always been the town's golden child. Brooklyn Hayes, 28, ex-military, tough as nails with a jawline that could cut glass and eyes like stormy skies. Hired straight out of the Army, she patrolled with an iron fist, enforcing rules that kept Willow Creek wholesome. But her bullying wasn't new. It started in high school, where she'd tease the weird kids like me. Back then I was the quiet bookworm, burying my crushes in novels while she ruled the soccer field. Now, as an adult, her disdain had sharpened into something professional, pulling me over for suspicious behavior, questioning my late-night walks. That rainy night it escalated. "You're disgusting," she hissed, her breath hot on my face. I wanted to scream back, tell her about the pain of hiding, but fear choked me. Instead, I ran home, slamming the door to my apartment above the family bookstore, vowing to expose her cruelty somehow. The next morning the sun broke through the clouds, casting a golden hue over Main Street. Willow Creek was picture-perfect. Red brick buildings, a diner serving apple pie, and flags waving from every porch. But beneath it, tensions simmered. My father, the mayor, was gearing up for re-election, preaching unity while ignoring the whispers about his troubled daughter. I worked at Thompson's Books, surrounded by shelves of romance novels that mocked my lonely life. As I arranged a display of LGBTQ literature, my subtle act of rebellion, the bell jingled. In walked Brooklyn, out of uniform, in jeans and a flannel shirt that hugged her athletic frame. "Morning, Audrey," she said flatly, browsing the mystery section. My pulse raced. Was this an apology? Or more torment? We locked eyes, and for a split second vulnerability flickered in hers. "Heard about last night," she muttered. "Just doing my job." I snapped. "Your job includes harassment?" She flinched but recovered quickly. "This town doesn't need scandals, especially from the mayor's kid." Her words hit like a gut punch. She knew who I was, yet she bullied me anyway. As she left with a book on true crime, I felt a spark of anger ignite into determination. I'd document her actions, maybe go to the press. But fate had other plans. That afternoon at the community center, I volunteered for the annual Harvest Festival planning. To my horror, Brooklyn was assigned as security liaison. Great, I thought. Forced proximity with my bully. Our first meeting was tense. Seated across a table laden with pumpkin pie samples, we clashed over everything, from parade routes to booth placements. "We need more inclusivity," I argued, pushing for an LGBTQ booth. Brooklyn rolled her eyes. "This is Iowa, not San Francisco. Keep it family-friendly." Her dismissal fueled my fire, but as the meeting dragged on, I noticed her stealing glances. Was it curiosity? Or something else? That evening, walking home, I found a note on my door. "Sorry about last night. B." My heart skipped. Apology or trap? Over the next weeks, our interactions blurred lines. During festival prep, we'd argue, then share laughs over bad coffee. Brooklyn opened up about her Army days, losing friends in Afghanistan, the weight of duty. "I came back broken," she confessed one night under the stars at the fairgrounds. I shared my own scars. A conservative upbringing, the fear of disappointing dad, For the first time, she listened without judgment. I didn't know, she whispered. Our hands brushed, sending electricity through me. Was this attraction? Or Stockholm Syndrome? The festival arrived, a whirlwind of hayrides and caramel apples. Amid the crowds, Brooklyn pulled me aside behind the Ferris wheel. Audrey, I was wrong. About everything. Her voice cracked, eyes glistening. We leaned in, lips almost touching. Then a firework exploded, jolting us apart. That near kiss haunted me. But doubt crept in. Was she genuine? Or playing me? As autumn deepened, our secret meetings began. Stolen moments in the bookstore after hours, walks by the river where cornstalks whispered secrets. Brooklyn admitted her own struggles, questioning her sexuality in the military, suppressing it for acceptance. You're brave, she said, tracing my hand. Our first real kiss happened under a harvest moon, soft and tentative, igniting a fire I'd long denied. But Willow Creek's eyes were everywhere. Rumors swirled. The cop and the mayor's daughter. My father confronted me. End it, Audrey. She's trouble. I refused, feeling alive for the first time. Yet cracks appeared. Brooklyn's job demanded loyalty to the town's old guard, including my father's rivals who hated deviants. One night, after a heated argument, she stormed out. The next day, I saw her laughing with those bigots at the diner. Betrayal stung. Was our love real? The doubt festered like an open wound. I confronted Brooklyn at her modest apartment on the edge of town, a place cluttered with military memorabilia and half-empty beer bottles. What was that at the diner? I demanded, my voice trembling. She sighed, rubbing her temples. Just politics, Audrey. I have to play the game to keep my badge. Her explanation rang hollow. In Willow Creek, playing the game meant conforming, and I was tired of it. We argued fiercely, words flying like shrapnel. You're ashamed of us, I accused. She grabbed my arm, eyes fierce. I'm protecting us. If word gets out, it'll destroy you and me. We made up in a rush of passion, but the seed of mistrust was planted. As winter blanketed the town in snow, our relationship deepened in secrecy. We'd sneak away to Des Moines for weekends, holding hands in anonymous cafes, exploring art galleries where no one knew our names. Brooklyn shared stories of her childhood, growing up poor in a trailer park, joining the army to escape. I thought toughness would fix everything, she admitted, her head on my shoulder. I opened up about my mother's death when I was 10, how it left me and Dad drifting in grief. You're my anchor, I whispered. Our love felt pure, a beacon in the Midwest chill. But drama lurked. My father's re-election campaign heated up, with opponents painting him as soft on morals because of me. Anonymous letters arrived at City Hall. The mayor's daughter is corrupting our cop. Panic set in. Brooklyn grew distant, canceling dates, claiming overtime. One icy evening, I followed her to a bar outside town. There she was, flirting with a man, laughing, touching his arm. My world shattered. Was she using me? Covering her tracks with heteronormative pretense? I stormed in, confronting her. Who is he? Tears streamed down my face. Brooklyn paled. It's not what you think. He's an old army buddy. But the damage was done. We broke up in a blizzard of accusations. You're just like them, afraid. I yelled, slamming the door. Alone in my apartment, I sobbed, questioning everything. Had our romance been a lie? Weeks passed in a haze. I threw myself into work, expanding the bookstore's LGBTQ section, hosting readings that drew a small but loyal crowd. Willow Creek was changing slowly. Young people whispered support, inspired by my quiet defiance. But Brooklyn's absence ached. Then the betrayal hit its peak. At a town hall meeting, my father announced a community standards initiative, stricter patrols on deviant behavior. And who stood beside him? Brooklyn, nodding approval. My heart broke anew. She'd chosen her job over us. Fueled by hurt, I decided to fight back. I contacted a journalist from the Des Moines Register, leaking stories of police harassment in Willow Creek. The article exploded. Small-town bullying. LGBTQ residents speak out. Brooklyn was named, her actions scrutinized. She confronted me at the bookstore, fury in her eyes. You ruined me, she shouted. I loved you. The admission hung heavy. Then why betray me? I countered. She broke down, confessing the pressure. from superiors, from her own fears. I thought I could change things from inside. But I lost you. In that moment, vulnerability bridged our gap. We talked for hours, unraveling the knots of misunderstanding. The man at the bar? Truly a friend, helping her navigate coming out. The town hall? Facade to buy time. But trust was fractured. We parted with a tentative hug, promising space. Spring brought renewal. Flowers bloomed along the river, and Willow Creek buzzed with change. The article sparked protests, peaceful marches for equality. My father, facing backlash, softened. "I'm proud of you, Audrey," he said one evening over dinner. "I was wrong. It was a start." Brooklyn resigned from the force, taking a job as a security consultant in Des Moines. She reached out, apologizing profoundly. "I want to make this right." We met at our old spot by the river, the water sparkling under the sun. "Can we try again?" she asked, hope in her voice. I hesitated, weighing the pain against the love. "Slowly," I replied. Our kiss was tentative but real, a promise of healing. Yet fate twisted again. Brooklyn's ex-army past caught up. An old investigation into a comrade's death, where she'd covered for a friend. It hit the news, threatening her new life. She spiraled, pushing me away. "I'm toxic," she said. I refused to let go, standing by her through hearings. Our bond strengthened in adversity, but whispers of doubt returned. Was this sustainable? The hearings dragged on in a sterile courtroom in Des Moines, the air thick with tension. Brooklyn sat rigidly in her suit, testifying about that fateful night in Afghanistan, a split-second decision that saved lives but bent rules. I watched from the back, my heart aching for the woman I'd fallen for, the one who'd bullied me into awakening. "I did what I had to," she stated, voice steady but eyes haunted. The panel probed relentlessly, unearthing her suppressed sexuality as a motive for recklessness. It was ugly, exposing our relationship to scrutiny. Reporters swarmed. Cop's secret affair with mayor's daughter amid scandal. Back in Willow Creek, the fallout was swift. My father distanced himself, fearing political suicide. "This is too much, Audrey." Friends whispered, some supportive, others judgmental. Brooklyn crumbled under the pressure, retreating into isolation. I visited her apartment, finding her surrounded by empty bottles. "Leave me," she muttered. "I'm not worth it." But I stayed, holding her through nights of tears, sharing stories of resilience. "We're stronger together," I insisted. Slowly, she opened up about PTSD, the nightmares that fueled her toughness. Our love deepened, raw and unfiltered. High drama peaked at the town's annual Memorial Day parade. As veterans marched, a protest erupted, anti-LGBTQ groups clashing with supporters. Brooklyn, off duty, jumped in to de-escalate, but old habits died hard. She confronted a bully harassing a young gay teen, her voice booming. "Back off." In the chaos, she was shoved, hitting her head. I rushed to her side in the hospital, fear gripping me. "Don't leave me," I whispered, clutching her hand. She woke with a weak smile. "Never." Recovery brought clarity. Brooklyn was cleared in the hearing, her actions deemed heroic. But the experience changed her. "I can't hide anymore," she declared. We came out publicly, hand in hand at a town council meeting. "Love is love," I stated, voice firm. Boos mixed with applause, but it was a turning point. My father surprisingly stood up. "My daughter taught me that." Reconciliation bloomed. Yet betrayal lurked in shadows. An anonymous tip revealed Brooklyn had once reported a colleague for harassment to protect herself, but it cost him his job. He sought revenge, spreading lies about our relationship. "She's using you for cover," he told me. Doubt resurfaced. Confronting her, tears flowed. "It was self-defense," she explained. I was scared. We navigated the storm, therapy helping us rebuild trust. Summer arrived, hot and humid, mirroring our passionate reconnection. Picnics in national parks, road trips to Chicago, moments of joy amid healing. Brooklyn started a support group for LGBTQ veterans, channeling her pain into purpose. I expanded the bookstore into a community hub, hosting events that bridged divides. Our love felt unbreakable, but life tested us. A major conflict arose when my father announced retirement, endorsing a progressive candidate, me. "Run for mayor, Audrey." The idea terrified me, but Brooklyn encouraged. You're the change this town needs. Campaigning exposed us to vitriol, slurs, threats. One night our car was vandalized. Freaks out. Brooklyn's protective instincts flared. I'll find who did this. Her investigation led to a shocking discovery. The culprit was her own cousin, a town mechanic steeped in bigotry. The confrontation was explosive. At a family barbecue, Brooklyn called him out. How could you? Fists flew, words wounded. She disowned him, but the betrayal cut deep. Family was all I had, she sobbed later. I held her, vowing, now you have me. As election day neared, tensions peaked. Polls showed a tight race against a conservative rival who smeared us as radical. Brooklyn campaigned tirelessly, her speeches inspiring. I've seen war, she'd say. Hate is the real enemy. On eve of the vote, we shared a quiet dinner. No matter what, I love you, she said. Our embrace was a sanctuary. The results? I won by a slim margin. Cheers erupted, but exhaustion hit. In victory's glow, Brooklyn proposed under fireworks. Marry me, Audrey. Tears of joy flowed. Yes. But shadows lingered. Post-election, a scandal emerged. Brooklyn had withheld evidence in her old case to protect us now. I couldn't risk losing you, she confessed. The ultimate betrayal? Or love's sacrifice? We faced it together, her facing suspension. In court, I testified for her. She's my hero. The courtroom in Des Moines hummed with anticipation, reporters scribbling furiously. Brooklyn stood tall, her uniform replaced by a simple blouse, as the judge reviewed the charges, tampering with evidence. It stemmed from her past, suppressing a minor detail to shield our relationship from further scandal. I did it for love, she admitted in her statement, voice unwavering. I sat in the witness box later, my words pouring out. Officer Hayes isn't a villain. She's a woman who's fought battles most can't imagine. Her actions, though flawed, came from a place of protection, not malice. The room fell silent. The judge, moved, issued a probation. Community service, no jail. Relief washed over us like a summer rain. Back in Willow Creek, the victory felt bittersweet. My mayoral duties began amid reconstruction, literally and figuratively. The town hall needed repairs after a storm, mirroring our fractured community. Brooklyn served her probation by leading diversity training for the police force, turning her pain into progress. This is redemption, she said, exhaustion etching her face. Our engagement brought joy, but whispers persisted. Can they last? We planned a simple wedding at the riverbank, inviting the town to witness our union. Drama resurfaced when Brooklyn's estranged mother arrived unannounced. A hardened woman from the trailer park days, she disapproved vehemently. This ain't right, she spat at our engagement party. Brooklyn stood firm. It is for me. The confrontation unearthed old wounds, abandonment, rejection. I supported her, but tension strained us. Maybe she's right, Brooklyn doubted one night. No, I countered. We're building our family. As mayor, I pushed reforms. Anti-discrimination policies, pride events. Opposition mounted from old-timers, leading to a heated council meeting. Brooklyn, now a civilian advisor, defended me fiercely. Change scares you because it exposes your hate. Applause followed, but threats escalated. An arson attempt at the bookstore. Investigations pointed to remnants of the anti-LGBTQ group. Brooklyn dove in, her detective skills shining. I'll protect you, she vowed. In the midst of chaos, we found solace in small moments. Cooking Midwestern comfort food, watching sunsets over fields. Our love evolved, deeper, more resilient. But a major conflict brewed. Brooklyn received a job offer in Chicago, a fresh start away from Willow Creek's ghosts. It's a chance to heal, she said. I panicked. What about us? The town. We argued, fears of abandonment clashing. I'm not leaving you, she assured. We can commute. Compromise loomed, but doubt gnawed. The arson case broke open. The perpetrator was a former cop, Brooklyn's old mentor, bitter over her coming out. Betrayal hit like a thunderclap. He was like a father, she wept. Confronting him in custody, she found closure. Your hate ends here. The arrest unified the town, support surging. Wedding preparations intensified. We chose simple vows reflecting our journey. Friends from the support group helped, turning it into a celebration of love's triumph. Yet, on the eve Brooklyn vanished. Panic set in. I searched frantically, fearing the worst. She returned at dawn, eyes red. I needed space to forgive myself. We embraced, reaffirming our bond. The wedding day dawned bright, the river sparkling. Guests gathered. My father walking me down the aisle, Brooklyn's few allies beaming. I do, we said, rings exchanged amid cheers. Honeymoon in the Rockies brought peace. Hikes, campfires, intimate talks. We've overcome so much, I reflected. Returning home, challenges persisted. As mayor, I faced budget crises. Brooklyn balanced her new job with visits. Distance tested us, leading to lonely nights and heated calls. I miss you, became our mantra. A surprise visit from her turned tense when I discovered hidden letters from an ex in the army. Old flames. I accused. She explained. Just closure. Trust wavered, but communication saved us. Humanity shone through community efforts. We started a foundation for LGBTQ youth. Inspired by our story, Brooklyn mentored veterans, her empathy profound. One evening over apple cider she shared, "You saved me, Audrey." Tears flowed, gratitude for our path. As fall returned, a health scare hit. My father diagnosed with heart issues. Brooklyn stepped up, coordinating care, bridging family gaps. "We're in this together," she said. His recovery fostered bonds, him finally accepting us fully. Yet the ultimate test came. Brooklyn pregnant via donor, our dream family. Joy mixed with fear. "Can we do this?" she wondered. "Yes," I affirmed. Our love, forged in fire, promised a future. Pregnancy brought a whirlwind of emotions to our lives in Willow Creek. Brooklyn's belly swelled with promise, her tough exterior softening as she cradled our future child. Morning sickness hit hard, but we navigated it with laughter and late-night cravings for diner fries. "This little one is a fighter like her mom's," she'd say, hand on her bump. As mayor, I balanced duties with doctor visits, pushing family leave policies that mirrored our needs. The town, once divided, rallied. Baby showers overflowed with gifts from unlikely allies. "You've changed us," a former opponent admitted. But drama never fully faded. Midway through, complications arose. High blood pressure threatening preterm labor. Hospital stays tested our resolve. "I'm scared," Brooklyn confessed in the sterile room. I held her. "We're unbreakable." Specialists intervened, stabilizing her. In those vulnerable moments, our love shone brightest. Reading baby books aloud, dreaming of nursery themes with American flags and rainbow accents. Birthday arrived in a rush of contractions and encouragement. Our daughter, Riley Hayes Thompson, entered the world crying triumphantly. Holding her, Brooklyn's eyes filled with wonder. "She's perfect." Fatherhood, motherhood transformed us. Sleepless nights bonded us deeper, sharing feeds and lullabies. Willow Creek embraced Riley, a symbol of progress. Years passed in a blur of milestones. First steps in the park, preschool plays where she proudly introduced my two moms. Brooklyn thrived in her Chicago role but commuted faithfully, our home a haven. I served 2 terms as mayor, implementing lasting changes. Pride parades becoming annual traditions, equality laws etched in stone. Conflicts arose as they do. Teenage Riley rebelled, questioning her identity amid small-town scrutiny. "Why can't we be normal?" she snapped once. Brooklyn and I tag-teamed, sharing our story. Normal is overrated. Love defines us. Therapy helped, turning strife into growth. A betrayal echoed the past when a colleague outed Riley's donor details maliciously. We sued, winning privacy rights, channeling anger into advocacy. Humanity defined our ending. At 40, we renewed vows on our 15th anniversary. Riley as maid of honor. The riverbank ceremony drew the town, old foes now friends. "From bullying to this," Brooklyn whispered. "Worth every tear." My father, graying but proud, toasted to love's victory. Retiring from politics, I reopened the bookstore as a cultural center. Brooklyn consulted nationwide, mentoring queer service members. Riley pursued art in New York, her spirit fierce. Our family vacations, road trips across America, reinforced bonds. Grand Canyon sunsets, New Orleans jazz evoking our roots. In quiet moments, we'd reflect on that rainy night. "You bullied me into loving you," I'd tease. She'd laugh. "Best mistake ever." Our story, shared in a memoir, inspired others. Proof that from hate blooms hope. As elders, we sat on our porch watching fireflies dance. Riley visited with her partner, a woman named Jordan. History repeats beautifully, Brooklyn noted. In Willow Creek's evolving landscape, our legacy endured. A town where love conquered all. The end wasn't perfect, no life is. Health waned, but we faced it hand in hand. Brooklyn's final words. No regrets. She passed peacefully, surrounded by love. I carried on, honoring her through stories told to grandchildren. Grief mingled with gratitude. A life rich in drama, emotion, romance. In the end, our tale was human. Flawed, resilient, profound. Willow Creek, once a cage, became our canvas. Love in all its forms prevailed.